where it was actually like an entire story lower to where it is. So where you're looking at, when you're street level walk around, you're actually on the second floor.
Yeah, Vancouver has that as well. All of Gastown has one. You can do tourist trips through it now.
That's right, and I'm pissed I never did that while I was out there. I always fucking wanted to. Once I heard about that, I'm like, fuck, that'd be a great idea.
And apparently Chinatown has another level that you're not allowed into.
That does not surprise me. That's probably where they keep all the fucking child laborers and the fucking heroin fucking rings.
Exactly. Anyway, sorry, Seattle?
So yeah, I did one of those underground tours there.
Oh, that's cool.
And when you're underground, there's these glass, like when you're on the ground level, you're out, like when you're on outside ground level, periodically on the ground, there's these sections of these glass in the ground. And those were like skylights.
Oh, that's crazy.
You were a skylight that were set up. So when you're walking around, when they had these whole things set up, and it was absolutely fascinating because the way you got to some of these secondary things was they just had there was this massive wall, and people would park their fucking horses on the side of the road, and then they would scale up this fucking wall.
Sure. To
get up to the next floor, the next level.
And just for everybody's information, including you, Gord, whenever your guys are in a city and you're doing these underground tours, you can count me out. I'll be somewhere else. We can meet up later.
Yeah, no, I guess you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't enjoy that.
No, you can show me pictures. I'll find them interesting. I will go to a lovely bookstore or something and wait for you. Not a problem.
Yeah, because I'm going to tell you, there's it's, you know you're underground, you know what I mean? Like, there's no getting fucking around that shit. You know you're underground, you know it's dirt floors, everything's right fucking uneven, you know what I mean? Like, tight fucking corners, yeah, it's
yeah,
if you're claustrophobic in the slightest, yeah, you're not going to enjoy that shit.
You know what really sucks? Not to get too far off the beaten path here, but I've always wanted to go on a submarine. I think submarines are the coolest things in the world, and I think I would freak the fuck out and have to turn back and go home in about 5 seconds. Which really
I don't think you would enjoy that.
There's such a cool device, in my opinion. I probably won't ever try one, and that really sucks. Phobias in general suck because they're irrational. There's no reason for my phobia. There was no traumatizing event. There's nothing to explain why I have this stupid condition. Bugs me.
Yeah, I find that the easiest way to get over that is when you're a child, play hide and seek in a casket room in a funeral home.
Yeah, I'll send Aurora over to you to babysit as soon as I get the chance. You can.
Right now, there's a whole list of people that are my friends listening to this that cringe going, oh, God, Gord babysitting. Oh, man. That's just, that never ends up well.
If I was going to make a list of people that I would honestly trust with my child, you'd be on it somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere. Far down the list.
Yeah, so don't do the underground. Anyway, this was a story about when you were in Seattle. Was this just the tour, or are we going somewhere?
Well, yeah, basically it's that underground tour. It was so fucking fascinating. I took a bunch of pictures and shit. There was a bar, like it was like the first that opened up in Seattle, and the actual original bar is still there.
I love that. They have that shit in Winnipeg too.
Yeah, it's so fascinating. The really funny thing was when you see how much the ground has dropped and settled, because there's one spot by that bar where it's about 1.5 feet drop between one side of the fucking post and the other side of the post. That's just how much the ground has settled over the years between the two sides. How much everything's dropped over there. It's fucking wild.
That's really... If George Carlin showed up in a phone booth and told me I could go anywhere in time, and I just had to take my friend Gord.
Yeah.
Like Bill and Ted, but not in case anyone... I guess that's really old. Never mind.
Well, they're coming out with a new one, so it's about to be relevant again.
That's what I would want to go to. Like the Old West kind of Wild West days. That's what I'd like to check out. When they were building all that stuff.
Shit, man. Speaking of time travel. So there's a dude. This is great. There's a guy who claims he's from the future. He's from the year 2080.
He used to be on Coast to Coast quite often.
No, this is a new guy.
Oh, okay.
His claim is that he works for a branch of the. It's not called a government anymore. It's just called the power or something like that.
Sure.
And what he does, he goes back and they send these people back in time to fact check things.
Yeah,
and
that makes sense.
He has, and this is the greatest thing in the world. He has this video that he posted, and he's got his face blurred out, and so you can't see his face. And he's wearing like gloves and shit, so you can't tell his skin color and all this other stuff, even though the blurred out is a white guy. This is so good. He says that he was just sent back. He stopped in on his way traveling back. He stopped in to expose what's going on because that they were actually interfering with the past and changing things that had happened. And he got back and he brought back a picture of an actual Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Really?
Now, the best thing is you've got to see this picture.
Oh, I bet.
I have never in my life ever even attempted to work Photoshop. Right. And it looks like I made this picture.
Yeah, of course.
It's got, because, scientists have figured out that a lot of the dinosaurs actually had feathers on them, and they didn't realize this for the longest time. They discovered a lot of them do.
Yeah.
So they got feathers, so that's cool. You got that part right. But the goddamn thing was purple in color, and it just looked like, it was blurred out, which was really stupid. Why have proof if you're going to blur it out?
Right.
But it was so poorly done. Like, even the background itself, it's not even really a background as much as it's just like a couple of colors put in the background.
That's awesome.
And he's claiming that this is his proof. And now, the biggest thing that comes to mind is if you've got the technology for time travel, I'm pretty sure you figured out the technology for, taking a fucking picture.
Well, that just legitimizes the photograph then, doesn't it?
Oh, completely. Oh, my God. It was amazing, dude. You've got to see this shit. It's so fucking fun.
I love guys. And how they stick to their story. All right, before we move on here, I'm going to try another one of our potential theme songs.
Cool.
And I want you to be able
Okay.
So I'm going to do the best I can here. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you just tuning in, we're playing 30-second songs, and Gord's going to pick one, and it's going to be our new theme song. These are all original songs, and they're all 30 seconds long, and when he decides he likes one, I'll write the rest of the song.
Perfect.
Okay.
When you're ready, I'll turn my radio on.
Here we go. Oh, shoot. I can't get to it. There we go. This is song number 3. Oh, wait. I gotta do this. I think I have to. Oh, sorry. Why am I glitching? Okay, we'll try this for song number 3. Oh, the system is down. There we go. Were you able to hear that at all, Gord? All right. I will try to find a way throughout the night to make it easier for you to hear these. But in the meantime, there we go. Sorry. We'll get better, ladies and gentlemen. I promise. First night in the new studio. Bear with. The last year was different. There we go.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Okay. Speaking of the last year, anyone who doesn't know, you will get to find out all about the last year tomorrow. Debut episode of my brand new attempt at a podcast called Just Another Day. It's an examination of life on the downtown east side of Vancouver, where not too many people get to tell their story in their own words. So what this show is just that. It is people, residents of the downtown east side of Vancouver, telling a story that they feel they want to tell. Any story they want to tell. It's their hour to tell it. In their own words, at their own pace, the way they want it told, unedited, unscripted, unrehearsed. And we're just going to see what kind of stories we get out of it.
Ooh, that'll be fun.
It is going to be very fun. Now, unfortunately, of course, it's not a neighborhood where people are always too eager to talk. So there was a lot of initial excitement when I announced it, and then when it came time to record the first episode, no one wanted to be the first one to do it. So I was struggling to decide who to have as my guest on the very first episode, and then someone pointed out, well, I've had quite a wacky year. Maybe I should be the first episode.
Absolutely, that makes perfect sense.
And that's exactly what we did. So the first episode will be the story that I've entitled the episode, obviously, 339 Days.
Perfect move.
And it is the story of the 339 days I recently spent as a homeless person in Vancouver. And so if anyone who's not familiar with the story, it's very candid. I don't hold anything back. I admit things I probably shouldn't. I talk about things that are very uncomfortable to talk about. But it's all there. It's very raw, and I think it's pretty cool.
I look forward to it.
That will be airing tomorrow night-ish. But in the next couple of days, it'll show up everywhere you enjoy Eric and Gord. You can enjoy just
cool.
And I put a little teaser on Facebook this afternoon.
I saw it, but I can't. I have a difficulty thing playing videos when I'm at work, so I wasn't able to actually check it out.
Well, it wasn't just for you.
Well, I know. I like to think it always is, but you know.
90% of the time it is. That's another Champion Tree produced show. Not particularly hosted by anyone right now, so I just want to. I hope I get the full support from the support Eric and Gord whatever right, but I am not announcing who's my host and who isn't and all that kind of stuff just yet.
Okay.
For now, I'm the host. And who knows, maybe that'll happen, and it'll be a Ericandgord.ocm exclusive.
It would be like the after show on Howard Stern, but just not really.
Yeah. Originally that's what it was going to be like, and then I thought that's just too easy. And I mean, who needs an after show when we talk for 2.5 goddamn hours?
Yeah, like what are we missing?
Yeah, right. If you need the after show because we didn't cover something, I think it's because you're simple.
That just means that we gotta fucking drag this fucking episode out to a lot longer.
Yeah. I don't think we ever really have to do that. Although I like the length of our episodes, and so does everyone else, frankly.
Yeah, you complain about it. Mind you, they also don't seem to be writing in about it, but you know.
That's not exclusive to us, though. I hear that exact same complaint from a lot of podcasts, so it makes me feel much better about ours.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it does